Alright guys, so today we are back for another Sazabi showcase. So this is going to be a combination of Arena Showcase, the unit enhancement, and probably just going to be hopping into the newest co-op because there's a lot going on. So I just want to combine everything into one video anyway. Yeah, we have a Gundam Breaker 4 launching. I think by the time you guys are watching this, probably like 2 weeks already. So it's been pretty hectic, so haven't really had the time to actually record this, and it's did actually give me a chance to form up those unit enhancement points, so not really too upset about that. Unit enhancement wise, for this unit I went for the following. We have a 41 attack, we have a 41 for the main, 21 for the additional, and then 17 for the third weapon. I definitely feel like putting everything, putting a little bit onto the funnel saber. I don't really know how I feel about that, but I think for arena it's actually pretty effective because getting that guaranteed hit does allow you to just instantly snipe an enemy off, because like it hits like a truck. And you can definitely say Sazabi is like a upgraded version of like your, let's say, the enemy's Zaku one with the big gun, or even the likes of GPO4 just hammering down that beam attack. So what's good about this match specifically, because the enemy does not have a purple tank, so right out the bat for Sazabi is gonna go snipe on one of them. So my first choice, or my first thing is that we are gonna do our formation. So let's do that. Let's do this actually, and then our the O is gonna go like that, and then yeah, I'm just gonna put everything onto the O. Doesn't really matter. Or we can do this actually. What's gonna call it? Full armor unicorn can actually tank decently well with this setup, so it should be fine. Go like this, and this guy is gonna start strafing. So let's, whoops, we already did have it right there. Alright, so any moment now we should start hitting. There you go. There you go. Yep. It's not like the craziest damage, but that initial damage kick right there, it deals a lot. Alright, so yeah. And then someone in the comment did tell me, as far as the module wise, you can go for the movement speed, and that will allow Sazabi to actually land the saber, because you can see we hardly land from my previous showcase. So that's why if you guys opt for the module that have the sub ability giving you the speed increase, that should help as well. And did we lag? Alright, so cable was loose. I don't know why the connection is always bad, but anyways, this is what we are looking at, and you guys can see Sazabi is doing pretty good in this one. And the main weapon, third weapon, are the one that's commonly used in here, and we can see Sazabi right out of the bat hit Zaku one with the big gun, 64k on his first hit. Yeah, that beam striping right there, that's how much we did. And then after that we target Quibbly, down Quibbly, and then who else did we target after that? GPO 2. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll take that. Yes, pretty overall, pretty darn good. Okay, so this is an example where the enemy does have some annoying unit like Quibbly, Sisukui, but they have a full armor Gundam Thunderbolt. So that is kind of like their saving grace actually, because if the enemy actually had anything else, man, we would have right at the bat snipe on Sisukui, and that would have been GG right at the bat. So this is what I'm gonna do. I actually brought Kasi for the time being, because I know we're probably gonna take a lot of AoE XQ, so I rather have someone that can actually just tank a little bit for us. And I'm actually going to be doing this because I want to get on some licks on the O as well, so why not actually do that. But that's going to leave us pretty much vulnerable on that slot, so I will actually go like that, and that should be fine. Gonna do this, and I think having it like that should be okay. Hopefully we don't get sniped. That's the last thing I want. So right now Zeta is kind of like our meat shield in a way, because Zeta, I'm not gonna say Zeta is falling off, but Zeta like is getting to a point where I don't feel like it's as good as it once was. And well, I guess this one was an L, having what is it, Kasi on the team is actually an L. I don't think we're gonna make it actually. Oh yeah, we didn't make it. Oh wow, yo, so Sazabi we actually did a lot. So Sisakui, so what happened right there? So oh, I should have replaced Zeta. I should have dropped Zeta and put in somebody else. So Zeta, yeah, Zeta took a lot of hits from one from former Gonna Thunderbolt, one from Sisakui, and then another one from yeah. So Zeta at this point in time is kind of like my meat shield as a yellow unit. So or Sazabi don't take as much. So having that tank actually did save them because we were not nearly doing as much of his damage, and it was quite tanky. So yeah, unfortunate, very unfortunate in this match right here. All right, same thing. They have two snipers now. So Zaku one. That's annoying. So I'm gonna do this actually, and then we're gonna put it like this. So yeah, them not having like any red. I should have dropped for unicorn for this time around. Gonna do that, and then Zeta like right here, and then that should probably do the trick. I feel like yeah, that should do the trick actually. Yep. I tried putting Sazabi directly like on the same column as the enemy, and that never works out as great. So I would advise people not do that. Put it on the sideline because you never want a direct contact right away. You want kind of like a leeway so you don't take the hit directly, and that's what I did. And I think this it works out for this one. Okay, so Zeta got this one for us. Okay, Sazabi only did like the initial shot. That was kind of it. Okay. Okay, we actually down him. Okay, that's good. Okay, it's not every day we face off against a fellow yellow Sazabi. Okay, I'll take that. So they actually made this match a little bit easier. They went for the Caler, or for me, I like it when they run Kasi because right out of the bat, I know they're gonna pop EXQ, like, guarantee hit. So that's gonna land on my 4 armor unicorn, and I'm gonna generate a lot of EXQ in return. So they're actually taking a lot of EXQ damage from unicorn. So that's actually pretty good in my favor. And their main problem now is they have Quibbly, obviously, but Quibbly is kind of a dead meat in this one because we are gonna get that sniping right off the bat. I don't really know who I don't know the enemy Sazabi. I don't know who that unit is gonna target. Don't really mind it. I don't have any purple. I'm kind of free from any like direct hit right away. So I am free to just kind of do whatever I need to do. So let's kind of see. Can we get that land right? Okay, all right. Okay. Right off the bat, we got the hit. Okay. Alright. Okay, and I think that's it. Yeah, we got it. Okay. GG. Okay, so looks like Zeta took it in for us again. Wow, the O actually didn't do anything, and then Sazabi barely did anything. So you guys may ask me now, like, why are you still saying Sazabi is good? I kind of consider Sazabi more of like a detergent in a way because you guys can see on one singular hit, we can do a lot of damage. So that is effectively, if you can kill someone or you can, let's say, nearly kill someone, that helps us to control the match a lot more better. So by the time our other allies can get in their legs into that really low HP enemy, we could have probably secured that kill, and then one less unit on the field. That means it's just gonna be a lot more easier for us to control the entirety of the match. So even though you don't see Sazabi always doing like constant a lot of damage, for example, but it's really powerful initial strike is a good sign of how to really control the match. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. So yeah, I think you guys definitely see what you guys need to see for Sazabi. So I'm gonna hop into one quick, probably 2 co-ops. I am gonna demonstrate why I feel like Zeta, as far as PvE content wise, maybe starting to fade a little bit. Just kind of looking out ahead because like Sazabi is actually pretty darn good, and for the majority of the unit enhancement, they are pretty much neck and neck. I would say Zeta probably has maybe a few points more than Sazabi, but that's why I do want to run two different runs so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so this is what we are looking at. So pretty much every unit on this team except for Zeta is specifically meant to buff. So we are trying to draw out its maximum damage potential from Zeta right now. So that's why we have that. I think that should be fine. I'm gonna have it the same position as we would on the second run with Sazabi. So I'm just gonna do it 3 times speed because this is probably gonna take a long time. And both of them are obviously generic unit, but both of them has a different kind of, playing style as far as how they want to deal damage, and their palette are obviously very different as well. I would definitely say Char offers a lot more in general as far as just, melee sense and then range sense. It is definitely uncomparable to Camille for this one specifically, because there's just not a lot of avenue to actually gain range sense, which obviously this unit wants. And then look at that, this Sazabi is actually doing a lot, because I assume we are actually evading a lot. And you guys can see this is kind of like the peak for Zeta, like 60k, and that's kind of it. So yeah, this is definitely, I wouldn't say concerning. I definitely just say it's time to pass on the torch. I think that's definitely what I'm seeing, because like Zeta has been in good service for us, like more than it's like what, good 8-9 months actually now. So we haven't actually seen a unit that can perform in and out arena PvE content as good as Zeta. So if you ask me, I think it's definitely long due for like another unit to take over. So I'm not even mad about that. Like I think for those that actually invested into Zeta, I think it has been a really good investment return overall. I definitely mean that. So 11k on this one, so that's actually pretty good. So main weapon and then the third weapon being the strong attack beam rifle, they did roughly about the same damage, and I believe, like I said again, I put in roughly about the same unit enhancement for both of them, so you're not really seeing a whole lot of discrepancy at all. Alright, so back at it again with Sazabi this time around. And going to my point, why this Sazabi is actually doing as good as it is right now, because of the fact that it received its transcendent skill really late into the game. So having that maximum damage increase by 200,000 actually is the saving grace for this unit. If you say anything else, like I don't know, but this right here, having that premium 200k flat out increase is actually pretty good. That essentially allowed this unit to just outright perform as good as it is right now. And we are roughly about 60k right there per second. That's pretty darn good. Alright, yeah, that's roughly about what Zeta is doing actually. Okay, I don't know if we are going to get any more, but you guys can see we are constantly still consistently stacking up those range sense. We're still stacking. Alright, 60k, so it's actually roughly about the same. So that's actually not bad, but we are actually aggroing the boss a little bit too much in this one, so that's actually a shocker to me. While Zeta hardly even aggro the boss, so okay, sure. Yeah, so you guys can see the blue Sazabi actually didn't do as much, because you guys can see for whatever reason this unit gets aggro quite a lot. So okay, had we not got aggro a lot, I would definitely say we would probably peak a little bit more, but even being aggro, even being targeted a lot, we still end up doing a little bit more damage than Zeta. I think Zeta overall damage, it was 11.1 mil, while this one exceeded that just by here, like 11.5 or 11.6. So even under this scrutiny, we still did that good. So 11.8. So okay, that's actually not that bad. So alright, I'm gonna do one final one because I promised I will showcase the new co-op as well. So I want to take a look at that right now. Okay, so what is good about this green tier 2 co-op? This is going to be our way to actually form a higher percentage of the HP module. So I'm going to say that AoE EXQ attackers are probably going to be in a very bad state of mind, because now I believe we can form up to 18% in terms of the HP gauge or the HP module. So those those AoE damage, I don't think they are going to one-shot anyone anymore. It still depends on your level of investment, but I feel like if you guys are playing it right, yeah, AoE attackers are not really gonna be a threat anymore, I feel like. So that's actually pretty good. And holy cow, 100k? That's crazy. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's amazing actually. So yeah, I do notice in tier 2 race or the tier 2 co-ops, we can actually draw out the damage a little bit higher than normal co-op. So I don't know why. Maybe it's just the damage calculation for these over here. Who knows? But that was insane. That's actually really good. Alright guys, so that is going to be the showcase after unit enhancement for Sazabi. Definitely a very powerful unit, so I do expect this unit to, you can kind of say, carry the torch from here on out, I feel like. So that is actually pretty incredible. So 20 million of, how many million was this? I think this one should be 60 million as well, so that is actually pretty darn good. And then module wise, I want to see if we find anything that is 18%, nothing. So I think it's definitely going to take us some times before we are able to form anything. Okay, there's our 18, so that is good. So we can now stack roughly about 4 more percent HP, and that's probably all it takes to take out that one unit that you need before you die. So I mean, I'll definitely take that. It's definitely very powerful as far as the HP module. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one.